Whispers, Ilse. Hi, you guys. You are currently in my kitchen. I just wanted to say Happy New Year. I hope that 2025 is going to be the best year yet for you, and that you get to do the things that you want to do, regardless of if you made any New Year's resolutions or not. I hope that all the positivity will happen for you this year. I hope that you will attract everything that is good. I hope that you will have the courage to do the things that you want to do. And I send you a lot of love and strength and wisdom and health and wealth for this year. So I thought that for this year it would be nice to maybe light up a little sparkle to start off this year with. And then I will continue with the rest of the video, which is not going to be in my kitchen. So yeah, let me just put down the microphone real quick, and let's celebrate for the fact that it's 2025. We are all still here. Grateful to be alive. And let me go and get the sparkle. This is the reason why I'm in the kitchen. I didn't want to do this in the bathroom. Or in the bathroom, in the bedroom. I think it's really funny when I decided to film this. You can hear a fire truck in the background. Look at all those pretty stars. Gotta make sure the fire alarm doesn't go off. It's a little over halfway. When I was a kid, I always thought that these things looked so magical. I still really like them. We had them for my birthday in 2024. Almost done. There it is. It's all done. I just thought that was a cute little thing to do with you. I hope you liked it. With that being said though, let's continue with the rest of the video, which is a very low-key video to start 2025 with. So let me know down below what you think of it, and if you enjoy it, I'll do it more often. Enjoy. Hello, my wonderful friends, and thank you so much for being here with me again in 2025. Today I thought I could start off with something very low pace and something that has been requested as well, which is tracing lines. I thought that I could do some tracing on some of my most recent drawings that you might have seen in the previous video if you made it to the 50-minute mark or so. So I have my folder here that is completely disappearing with my drawings. It's upside down, and I am going to, like I said, do some tracing. So I will go all the way to the back of the binder. If you're interested in seeing some of these more up close, you can. I have made videos in the past in which I show these drawings more up close. But for today, I'm going to trace some drawings that I've recently made. So I started back in 2016. This was the first one I made after one of my subscribers introduced me to Zentangle style. And that's when I started experimenting with Zentangling. And these are all the Zentangles I've made ever since. I will link the videos to my other Zentangle videos in which I show these to you down below if you're interested. But yeah, I thought that we could start off 2025 with a very slow pace, hopefully relaxing video for you guys to fall asleep to now that the holidays are over. Almost there. This binder is actually almost full with all the drawings that I made. I gotta buy a new one soon. This is probably one of the most precise ones I've done. There's very little mistakes in this. All the lines are super, super crisp. And I did some reverted colors as well. White on black instead of black on white. Ammonite. That's what this was based on. And then I wanted to try something different, sketching a little bit. And these are the recent ones that I've just made. So yeah, I've made all of these in a span of a week in December. So I'm wondering which one I should start with in terms of tracing lines. Maybe the butterfly one. Let me take this one out. And I will zoom in a little bit for you. I have a chopstick right here that I will be using to trace with, so let me just zoom in a little bit. A little bit more. Right about there. What do you think? You can really see it well. Okay. D W W 9th 2025. I've never made a sketch that I also colored in, so this was my first time. And it's definitely not perfect. I don't think it turned out terrible. It turned out okay. Table is a little bit wobbly. There. I'm not sure if you can hear this. I might have to put the microphone a bit closer, but then you won't be able to hear me talk. Let's just try that for a second. So with this drawing, I started with the outline and then I filled everything in. I started drawing with the body first. And then I filled in the rest with pencil. The wings are made up of 4 parts. Top wings and the bottom wings. And then there's all these lines that I'm going to trace for you. And these little dots. It's already a little bit later in the afternoon. It's a very rainy day today, so it's starting to get dark a little bit already. So this video might be on the darker side. And then on the body it has a few stripes here. And a lighter spot right here. And 2 eyeballs. And the antennas. This one was fun to draw and use the different colors. This one has a little bit of orange, yellow, and red. This is more orange and yellow. And it's a monarch butterfly. let me put this back in the binder and grab the next drawing. I will grab the one with the water drops. I drew this one on a bigger sheet of paper. And this was my first time experimenting with 3D sketching. I've never done it before. This was my first time trying this. And I've always wanted to try and draw like marbles or water drops. So that's what I started off with. And I just followed a YouTube tutorial. And I drew this one on December 11th. So this is the first water drop that I drew, or marble. It took me about 15-ish minutes, and I didn't really get the shading right because it's just too thick, too dark. And this was the second one I drew, which I think I got a little bit better. I think the shading was a little bit better on this one. And then I drew this one, which is more like a marble to me, but it could also be a water drop, honestly. Drawings and art is basically whatever you see in it yourself. And then I drew this one, which I think didn't really turn out properly, but it was worth a go. I wanted to make this part thinner, but it didn't. It didn't happen. And then when I was about to finish up this video, I was like, or this drawing, I was like, something is missing. So then I decided to draw some smaller water drops. But this is obviously just a kind of like a practice drawing. So yeah, all in all, I think it turned out okay. I think I like this one the most, and the small water drops. And I would love to try this one again in color, but I do not have the right coloring pencils to create the proper shading with. All the pencils I have in color are pretty hard, and I would need something that is a bit softer, I think. So yeah, let me grab another drawing. So those last two were sketches, and then I went back to my trustworthy Zentangle style. This was the first one I made, and I decided to make these little clocks. This one really kind of just was a warm-up drawing. This was the first one I actually drew. Then the second one I drew was the butterfly. Then I drew the water drops. And then I drew this one, and I think I'm going to take this one out and trace some of the lines on this one for you. I will have to zoom out for this one. So I drew this one like this, or vertical, but I think I'm going to put it sideways just so that it's easier to see when I'm tracing it for you. Like that. So I drew this one on the 16th. And the funny thing is, on all my drawings, I usually put TWW from TheWaterwhispers. So I guess that's also my drawing artist name now. Been doing that for years now. Okay, let me put it sideways now. So this one has a lot going on in terms of lines. I started out with the middle. And then from here on, I just kind of started to fill in around it. And then these little fish or leaves or drops, whatever you see in them, around it. Initially I thought I was going to make a flower out of this, but it turned into kind of like a black marble or something, a stone. So from there on out, I started drawing these parts, this whole, from here all the way till here, and then I filled in this part, and then I made these lines, and then from these lines I went to this side here and I made some doors, and another door, some 3D, and a little road by the beach, and then some peacock feathers. It's just a lot of detail in this drawing. I really like the doors. I always like to put something 3D in it, which I've done a lot in the past as well. Let me see. And then we have the same pattern here as we have in the middle. I kind of try to repeat certain things, like these little boxes or rooms, whatever you see in them. I repeat it. And then over here, I was trying to like make this plant, which was much more challenging because I kind of wanted to make a bush in here as well, but I was like, after this one, I was like, no. So I ended up making some spirals here. And then I made these that look kind of like 3D. And then I use this pattern on this side and I repeated that over here. I've made this in previous drawings of mine. So the way how I make these drawings is I just start off with something and then I Google Zentangle inspiration and I look at different patterns. And some patterns I just copy, like, just draw them the way how it is in the picture. But then there's other patterns that I just kind of, I take the inspiration and then just turn it into my own thing. And I usually listen to music while doing this. I've been having a lot of requests over the years to make more drawing videos, but usually when I make these, I'm in my office where you have the fish pumps and I'm half watching a show or listening to music, which I cannot have on the background while doing this. This drawing took me I think it took me about 9 hours, spread out over 3 days. So sitting behind the camera 9 hours to film this in dead silence is just not great. I've tried wearing headphones before, but because mine aren't noise cancelling or anything, the microphone still picks it up. So that's the reason why I don't really make complicated drawings videos like this, because I don't have a studio or like a setup where I can just, I just sit behind a desk and just record it. And I would not be able to do this just sitting there for 9 hours in silence. And this is a new pattern that I've never tried before. And this one looks kind of like a little bit like green beans or something, like snow peas. And then this reminds me always a little bit of like straw or like seaweed, like grass. under a microscope. And then this little pattern here that is also over here and over there. And then this is its own pattern, a little black dot in the middle. And then the door that is sideways, the little path. And this pattern here, and that's also over there and over there. And this pattern repeats itself over here as well, and one over here on the sides. On the sides over here. And this is a standalone pattern that doesn't repeat. And the little path by the beach, or at least that's what I see in it, repeats itself over here. And then the peacock feathers. I started with this one, and then I was like, oh, that would be so cool to do it again over here. So I did. Then it almost didn't fit on the paper, as you can see. Then I was like, when I finished this part up, like this part here was still empty, I was like, it needs to repeat again over here. So I managed to squeeze in the little road over here and then repeat this pattern over here. And then these are like, I don't know what these are. They kind of look a little bit like mushrooms or something. Just the plants. I've never used this pattern before either. And then some triangles over here and over there that repeat. And then we have another type of flower here that have the same black center as the center of the drawing has, with a very fine checker grid. So yeah, I think that turned out pretty cool. Let me put this one back. So I think that will be it for me today, you guys. I have to go. I still have a bunch of things I need to do today. I hope that this was a nice, relaxing pace after the holidays for you guys. Here we go. And again, I would like to thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you are nice and relaxed now and will have a relaxing day or a relaxing night or have a good sleep, whatever it might be. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you for another incredible year. Here's to many more years to come. I wish you a good night, a good day, or a good week, a good month, a good year. And we will see each other again